Is there something that you believe in? Something that you feel passionate about? From the time I got my driver's license at the age of 18, I have been an organ donor. I just simply thought if I was dead and someone can use one of my organs to stay alive, then what would I care if I was dead? I believe that being an organ donor can affect and help change lives. Now, when I first committed to be an organ donor, the lady at the License Bureau asked when getting my license, and I just said yes. Throughout the years, I've seen stories on the news where people may have died or were in some type of accident in hospitals, and doctors were able to save organs that people were on waiting lists for, and their donation of an organ helped to save their lives. I just always seem to soften up when hearing stories like that, and in the back of my mind, it made me feel good to be classified with people who are willing to make a difference, to be willing to be an organ donor. According to a Statista report, U.S. donors in 2018 are as follows. We have the pancreas. The deceased donated 1,005 in 2018. We have livers. Deceased donated 6,354 livers in 2018. We have hearts. The deceased donated 2,614 in 2018. We have the lungs. The deceased donated 3,694 in 2018. We have intestines. The deceased donated 78 in 2018. And lastly, we have the kidneys. The deceased donated 14,668. It wasn't just till a couple months ago that I understood and felt the true understanding of the effects of being an organ donor. There's a member of our church who had a brother recently get into some trouble last year that caused him to lose his license for 6 months. He was able to go and get his license in December of 2018. When he went to the License Bureau and was going through the motions of obtaining his license, the woman asked him if he would like to be an organ donor. Now, prior to this, he'd never accepted to be an organ donor and never wanted anything to do with it. But this particular time, he decided to say yes and officially become an organ donor. A couple of months after that, this man passed away tragically. The family was devastated and began to grieve and mourn his passing. He was not married and he had no children. This man's sister, who was the member of our church, was his executor of estate and began to receive phone calls from different attorneys and different organizations. But one organization that persisted in calling was LifeBank, because they knew that he was an organ donor when getting his license back. And this organization contacts the family of the deceased and are looking for permission to begin to advocate on behalf of those that are on different transplant lists. She was very hesitant and resistant and even told LifeBank flat out no. Her grief was blinding her to the fact that the tragedy of her brother's death could surely help someone save the life of a stranger. After a couple of days of pondering the message that LifeBank left, she returned their call and agreed to release the body for them to begin possible organ donation. The great news is that he was able to save and impact the lives of 75 individuals. They were able to use heart valves, parts of his skull, and veins to help again impact the lives of 75 different people, young and old. I was the one who did the memorial service, and when I met with her to get some specific details of what the family wanted me to share during the service, she shared this with me about LifeBank, and I was floored and was really sold on being an organ donor. He had only been an organ donor for a couple of months and was able to make a difference in other people's lives. As I shared different aspects of his life and the story of LifeBank at the memorial service, I seen the faces of the entire family, A peace came over them to know that his life was not in vain and truly had purpose, even if it meant them losing him. As a pastor, it was an amazing thing for me to see this transformation throughout the family's faces. This experience for me solidified the importance of remaining an organ donor. I hope that when it is my time to leave this earth, that I could help save the lives of many people and add to the lasting legacy of who and what I have tried to live out here on earth. I want to encourage everyone out there to become an organ donor. As you can see, it could help not only save the lives of people, but it could be for the common good. And this is a great opportunity for you to keep living through someone else's life. Their families will also be forever grateful.